Welcome everybody to RVT. This is RVT, Rashid's Video Tube in conjunction with RMJC, Rashid's Music Jukebox Center. Music Jukebox Center. I don't like the way I sound when I say this shit. Music Jukebox Center. No, that's the way I sounded. Music Jukebox Center. And I am Rashid the R-Man. I think I said that one though. Maybe I didn't. But I'm coming on live on YouTube, Google, and other social media platforms. Welcome everyone. Y'all know the routine. We're not going to do anything but hang out and just chew some fat and just talk. I hope you're in a talkative mood. I really hope you're in a talkative mood. That way you'll look a certain way because I'm doing all the talking. So, I hope you're in a listening mood. How about that one? Here's the guy I wanted to be president of the United States. I wanted him to be president of the United States. I did want him to, but he lost.
Former U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry. Mr. Secretary, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
We really do appreciate it, Mr. Secretary. We're going to reach a terrible milestone.
A man's man. A man's man.
It's hard to believe.
A real fucking man. John Kerry.
Where the lines are going, where the numbers are going. Probably by next week, more Americans will have died of COVID-19 than died in...
This is Holocaust now. COVID-19.
And as someone who saw the human loss during that war and saw up close the scale of that loss and how it impacted an entire generation, I'm curious what your thoughts are as we do approve...
John Kerry ran a piece of a peanut got down my throat. He was running for president, but he lost. He lost. But he would have been a good president. I think so. He would have been a good president. He would have been.
But it's coming from misinterpretation, from ignoring reality. It's coming from an unwillingness to respond to the truth and to the lessons that we have learned.
I'm working on which I see on the screen right here. I'm still working on that. We almost in production. We almost in production after this, right? I mean, like, we're right there.
There's been a different kind of war taking place. It's a war on science. It's a war on scientists. It's a war on facts. It's a willingness to completely distort the truth in favor of an ideology or a personal election pursuit or whatever. And we're losing lives for that, which is not dissimilar to what Richard Nixon, Lyndon Johnson, and others...
Everybody's stuck in their house.
Time of deception when America was lied to about the war in Vietnam. There's another similarity to this great cause that we face, really the monumental choice of generations now, which is responding to the climate crisis. The same willingness to distort the truth, to put your head in the sand and not pay attention to the facts, and mostly to listen to the experts, that has characterized coronavirus, which brings you a pandemic, is the same mischaracterization.
What's the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic?
It's
more like an epidemic, right? Not a pandemic. What's the difference between it? Well, we'll find out later. This is like an epidemic. It's not a pandemic. Where do you get pan from?
It's important to listen to scientists.
Probably because of Peter Pan. You want to be Never Never Land.
Make the choices on it. So
too bad. Be Never Never Land. It's more like an epidemic, not a pandemic.
Coming at us judgment, shows that we are heading into amazing negative impacts. The feedback loops on the Earth are just horrendous right now. I'm not going to go through them all, but so that's the meaning of the deaths thus far. And yesterday was the highest number of deaths, and still this president is avoiding responsibility for testing.
I want to ask about his leadership in just a moment, but in terms of those parallels that you draw between coronavirus and the climate crisis, and you've got a piece about it, I believe, in the Boston Globe, the one difference, though, is that the consequences, the impact of this pandemic is palpable to all Americans, to people around the world. They are seeing the death, they are feeling the loss, they are feeling the pain, they are seeing the strain that our economy and our families are going through.
She sounded like a boxer and shit. They're feeling the pain, they're feeling the pain, they're feeling the strain.
Crisis to the consequences, because people are going to try and go back to their ways as much as they can.
On day one, no question about it. I mean, it's a wonderful reminder that people in India can see the Himalayas for the first time. Hit many of them first time ever. It's extraordinary to see clean waters in Venice and so forth. But boy, is that temporary, Mika. The day people actually can really get back to work, we are unfortunately absolutely programmed to go directly back to the same practices we've had. The key here is to put an investment package before the world and to have world leaders come together, because this is a global challenge. You cannot solve this. No one country can solve this by itself, which is the importance of what we achieved with President Obama in Paris. The Paris Agreement was 196 countries all deciding to move in the same direction. Only Donald Trump is the only president in the world, leader of any country, who has pulled out of that agreement, who has turned his back on reality. And so, unfortunately, we're currently programmed to go directly back to the very same practices that will fill our skies with pollution and go back to the old practices. The difference, I think, will be that this could become a major voting issue this November. That's what Earth Day meant to us before. That's what I think will happen now.
Earth Day.
I want to ask you about the president's leadership.
Earth Day. Don't you think that's an insult? Earth Day.
There has been some disinformation.
Earth Day.
Briefing. Much of it has come from the president himself.
Is this Earth Day now? We're ready to see what Armageddon looks like. Earth Day.
And the possibility that there could be a massive resurgence because of that lack of ability to manage.
Well, Mika, I don't think it's just a question of temperament. I think it's a question of capacity and an approach to governance. The truth is, and everybody in America, I think, is beginning to come to understand it. This president is not leading now. Playing out an election strategy. He's more focused on getting the economy moving before all the experts say you ought to be putting people back together in close quarters again. And without the adequate rules by which people will be required to behave, and certainly without the adequate testing.
Yeah, it seems like we're not going nowhere with this. This coronavirus. We're not going nowhere. I mean, like.
Most of the countries dealing with this crisis at a high level. Our members understand.
It seems like they're coming up with, we're about to open up shit. We're about to open up some stores and what have you, but it's all coming back to the same fucking thing for some strange reason. It seems like it's okay, they're opening up this, we're about to do this, but it's all coming back to like the song Back to Dough. It's like, what the fuck?
When they come back to the workplace, and they won't today. So you're not going to fill restaurants. You're not going to get people out there when the medical experts are saying, it's not safe to do it yet. And the president is not heeding that. He's not leading. The fact that he's attacking governors, he's attacking members of the media. I mean, these rallies that he has on TV may appeal to his base, but watching a president of the United States engage in such extraordinary behavior, in direct insults to people who are just
America.
leadership. And that's what Americans are judging now to a greater degree, and I am absolutely convinced will judge as we get into November. But you know, even leaders of other countries are looking at America and scratching their heads and incredulous. And President Xi of China, who Trump varies between attacking and then saying he's such a good friend, the President Xi and President Putin and others are well aware that the United States is not competing in the same way as we did in the international leadership scale. And so the leader of the free world is actually absent right now. There is no leader in the free world. And the truth is that President Xi and President Putin are running around the world saying America is a country in decline. This is not the American century, it's the Chinese century or the Asian century or the alternative government century. We desperately need to get back to more realistic and basis.
Secretary Kerry, it's Willie Geist. Good to see you this morning. You mentioned China. Secretary of State, you of course had to deal with China and a complicated relationship, of course. So I'm wondering about your view of the way China has managed this from its first case on December 31st forward, silencing doctors, suppressing information, not being forthcoming or transparent with the way they told the world about this.
What's the address?
Of our country has
Where the tent at? What's the address to the tent?
How do you handle China right
just
now?
keep it
How
on standby.
damaging is their behavior over the last 3
Just
months
keep
to
it
our
on standby.
relationship with them?
Well, it's been damaging, and other things are damaging about the relationship with China in terms of a general move towards trying to tee up China in a new Cold War, and many forces trying to push apart the capacity to be able to build a stronger relationship. That's dangerous. China made mistakes. China, and some of them willful. China was not forthcoming. China was not transparent.
Eating a bat is making a mistake too. Eating bat soup is making a mistake.
That was working on precisely coronavirus research and how we manage it. And the president pulled him out. I mean, this would, he's undone that particular initiative completely. Closed the office, as we all know, as a matter of record. So, we've both been moving in a different direction. The president's tariffs and his trade war got him an agreement to do what we were already doing, which is have a high-level dialogue and to buy American products. But it
They're very embarrassed and very upset about what's happening here.
rebalance the entire issue of theft
They're
of
very
intellectual
ashamed.
property and the requirements that our companies face to try to do business over there. Completely unfair. The president's correct to call them out on that. We did also. In fact, we raised sanctions.
Everybody's speaking their mind,
On
Everybody's
North Korea on several occasions, and President Obama's advice, if you recall, to President Trump when he came in was, you've got to pay attention. North Korea is the next challenge, and we have raised the sanctions, but you've got to get the Chinese to do more. That went on. But you have to work out a working relationship with China. We brought China to the table. President Obama and Vice President Biden together, and the entire administration worked to get China to
So
the
how
table.
hard is it to say stop eating bats and dogs and cats and shit? How hard is it to tell the song with chicken and pork? There's other meat. There's other meat. Bats don't have meat. Bats don't have a lot of meat. Do they have a lot of? It's just that one area in the middle of their body. You can't get full off no bat.
Cyber and cyber warfare on nuclear weapons, which are now breaking back into the currency of international affairs, the major issue. And you also have the challenge of climate change. There is no way, therefore, to deal with the world's challenges and finally terrorism. You can't do that without a strong working relationship with China. And right now, I think the president is all over the place and even heading in the wrong direction.
Former Secretary of State John Kerry. Boy, do we need your voice. Thank you very much for being on. We hope you come back soon.
It was good to hear from John. It was good to hear from John Kerry. You know, I really was supportive of him when he was running for president. I really was. He was, in my opinion, he would have been really pretty fucking good. In my opinion. I think he would have got things done. I do. Given the opportunity. Yeah, it's been a while since he was around. It's been a while. He lost. Yeah, he lost. The public didn't go for him really. I'm not really feeling that. I mean, I'm not a politician or anything, but that would have been something to have him for president. I wonder, can you run again? I don't know. I don't know either. I think you can still run. Just because you lost the first time, maybe, there's other generations to come up. That's 8 years, right? Alright, well, maybe somebody want to have him in office who's young. Young people do persuade parents, That's why the toy industry's so huge. Yeah, but yes, I'm saying a lot of young people not into politics. So that could be like a little issue there. What if they were like into politics? Like the youth in World War II? That'd be kind of different. Yeah, it'd be kind of fucked up different. You're right about that. A child needs to be a child, so. What's this, the hands of fate? What is that? I don't know. Oh, that's one of those things. They talking about it. It was good to see Kerry. Yeah, it was good to see him. He really would have been, in my opinion, he really, good to see Kerry. Oh, well. The boast of... Oh, no, we don't want to see that. We want to see this. It's been really, quiet. It's been really, really quiet around the streets and all. For obvious reasons, of course. But it's just kind of hard to notice how quiet everything is. And one of the reports they was talking about is how the air pollution, all the pollution is clearing up, which is an extremely good thing. I mean, it's a really extremely good thing that the air is clearing up. I mean, that's amazing. That's really, I mean, the earth is healing. And it's Earth Day, and the earth is healing naturally without a man trying to do the opposite and celebrate Earth Day and go out there and do all of this other shit. But he's trapped inside and can't. Look at the stats of it. Isn't it kind of weird? When you think about something that, hey, that's a coincidence, or, it's too many goddamn coincidences here. Then you have, the weather is freezing. It's goddamn freezing, dude. It's fucking freezing. It's like wintertime. It adds up to something, and still, I know this ain't the colony either, but still, you can't, why would you try to run from something like this? Why would you try to run and hide from something like this when you plainly see what's going on here spiritually? And yet mankind is continuously turning a deaf ear to this shit, and it's like you can't run forever, dude. Obviously, spirituality wants some attention, and you can't run forever. You can't run forever, dude. Spirituality wants some goddamn attention. It's supposed to be summertime. We're going on summertime. We're going on summertime here. We're going on summertime, and it's supposed to be spring right now. Y'all do realize it's supposed to be spring right now. You do realize that. Okay, you do realize that the next month is April. There's not March coming in as a lion. I think the saying was March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, right? Well, March is going out and it's freezing. So something is definitely off here. When you have a direct saying that's thrown off, a direct saying, and yet people are not addressing these issues of how March is supposed to be going out as a lamb, and yet it's freezing, wintry, cold, and nobody sees shit like all the other bullshit. Well, here's my intake on it. You can't run. People can't run forever. You're going to see, it's going to be exposed. There's no fucking way now. You're going to keep trying to brush it under the damn. It's going to be, what's going on is going to be exposed. You can't run forever. Something like this is too huge, it's too gigantic, and you're in straight denial about shit. This supposed to be, the March supposed to be going out as a lamb, and yet we're here, and we're not going out as a lamb whatsoever. In fact, it's winter time. It feels like winter time. No, I don't want to see. I know what that is. That's a classic. I think we got that on our other thing. Yeah, we don't want to see it. We don't want to see that. So what we're going to do, guys, just sit back, relax, and let me just give us an earful where we can just hang out and have a nice time. How about that? Well, I know Rashid is here for you, man. At least I try to be, anyway. I figure I could do these daily uploads, because, we sure fucking need it, you know? It's like everywhere we look. Yes. It's like everywhere we look is like bad news and heartache and pain. Everywhere, every goddamn where. When does it stop? Well, I don't expect it to stop or anything like that, but it's just a question of, like, can we breathe? You know, I mean, it's, like I said, so many movies. We watching movies also. We watching movies also. The right kind of movies, because if you fill your head with the wrong kind of movies, that's going to just discourage you from what you're going through right now, staying stuck in the house. It's just gonna when a movie go off, all you did was watch something to get entertained, but subconsciously and mentally, it probably did damage to you, because now you're really worrying, because of the content that you took in by watching that movie, instead of watching a positive movie. If you watch a positive movie, you'll feel good. If you watch a negative movie, then you feel bad. It's just that simple. And you have a lot of people that watch these negative movies right now because they filled with violence and decay, decor. Yeah, and they feel like they just wind up feeling like crap. So we've been watching movies, not all positive either, not all goody two-shoes around here and shit. But the point of the matter is, a lot of spiritual stuff I'm filling my head out, we fill our head out with also, because spirituality is where it's at. The only problem with spirituality is they don't know what to say really. They're right, sweetie. They're lost for words. Absolutely right. They're lost for words. They don't know the right words to say to comfort right now. A lot of this may come as some surprise, but a lot of them are upset because they're not getting any financial right now. Everything is on hold, and they're not getting no financial. And the people that can give are not giving because they're holding on to their finances. Because they're scared. I mean, who in their right mind will actually go out and spend right now? Who in their right mind will actually go out and spend some money right now? Unless you need a haircut, unless you need your hair done, then I can understand you spending some money. But just on the general, who in their right mind will go out and spend? I mean, people are holding on to their money because they don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Which bringing us, they opening up these businesses. And I really hope they get customers because I don't see who going to actually go out there and spend. I don't know. I don't understand it. They just don't know what to talk about. Whether they stuttering, when they talking, they stuttering. And it's hard to get a good sermon. It's hard to find a good sermon. And when you walk away from it, you feel good about spirituality. And y'all spiritual people out there know what I'm talking about. It's just very hard to find a good sermon nowadays with confidence and okay, we saw this coming and this might be it in a positive way, and let the whole sermon be about that. You're not gonna find it anywhere. That's not what you're gonna find. You're gonna find them talking about that same old shit, and they might date back to they go back and forth to what's going on right now, and thinking that could cover it, make cover up for shit. But surprisingly, it don't, because all through the sermon you thinking, can you please talk about what we're going through and ease this scared pain and they all say the same thing. There's no need to be scared. God says don't be scared, if they're fortunate enough they'll say that. But it's a lot of fearful things, so nobody really address talking like that. Nobody's talking like that. They're gonna start singing. See? See, they touch on issues, but nobody's talking about shit. Nobody's digging into, like, conversation about it. You see something very positive here, now let's discuss it. It's like nobody's doing it. It's hard to find a good fucking sermon, dude. It's very hard. A lot of singing. Singing. A lot of singing. Ain't nobody really discussing, you know. Oh, she's cute. Look at them ears. My God. Yeah, now Sadie's, you're right, sweetie. Now Sadie's, this don't surprise us because this is what we talked about. See, it's going to get worse. I mean, this ain't the colony, so we're not going to go into anything. But it's just, it's no problem, dude. It's really no issue with us. Now with no damn Rashid, it ain't no problem, because I know what's going on. See, I looked around and saw people acting different than the Clinton administration. I said, this is it. Right off the back, I said, this is it right here. No doubt about it. But I ain't see, that's the thing, we ain't see nobody else say it. They didn't believe it. They said, no, it's not it. It's not it. The man of lawlessness, the Antichrist, and all this other stuff that they misinterpreting, gotta happen first. If the Antichrist was coming, dude, believe me, the whole world will be waiting for him just as much as they waiting for Jesus. And they will be talking about that shit. It will be like, wait till the Antichrist coming. He's going to have everybody following him. It will be an issue just as strong as Jesus coming back. It will be really, really a conversation of really be like, oh, the Antichrist. Oh, kind of like that. Like, oh, yeah, he's supposed to be coming. And the two prophets, I think it is, see, all of that is they interpreting it the wrong way. Jesus even said, I will not speak to you this hard on you because the ruler of the world is coming and he has no hold on me. So you think he's talking about the Antichrist? I can't wait to see what he talk about, though, because he really get down with shit. And their churches are empty. I mean, nobody's in church. They on stage by themselves. They on stage by themselves right now. And nobody's in the pews. Nobody's there because of this stay-at-home thing. Of all the things they say open, church wasn't one of them. That's for one. They say they'll open hair salons, barbershops, nail salons, movie theaters next week or something like that. But there's no signs of churches opening. That's for damn sure. No signs. They ain't saying nothing about no church being open, which is kind of questionable in itself. We don't know the reason for that. But I'm sure it is one. They ain't saying nothing about no church being open. That's for damn sure, dude. But here, as a spiritual person, here's the thing that gets to me as a spiritual person. When they do say, okay, you can have church now, and you say, okay, and the church is open up, dude, man gave you permission to open God's house. Now you think about that. You think about that. Yeah. And it's going to go on and on, too. I mean, it's going to last. All the time the doors in that church is open, man did that. And that's very serious right there. And I want to see God sit back and let it happen. But that's just on a personal note. Man gave them permission to serve God. I want to sit back and see the Lord do that. And that's on a personal note. I got to see this shit. Man gave them permission to serve God. Man said, go ahead, open up your church. I got to see this shit. That's one for the books there. I got to see this. Yeah, it's kind of like a trap. They should have never closed. Or they should say, okay, you know, they should just do things the right way. Okay, we're not going to have service because of this coronavirus that's going on. But we'll know when to open up again. They're waiting for man to tell them to open up again. You know what I'm saying? And God gonna sit back and look at it. I got to see this shit. We told you to open up your churches. It's okay now. Then all the churches gonna open up. Oh, it's okay now. Check this out. God's house. That's what that one preacher was talking about. He said, we ain't stopping nothing because we believe y'all trying to put us out. And that's why he kept on. His congregation kept on and everything. And then he submitted. Then he came back asking for money and shit. He came back actually asking for money. I need y'all to donate. Every check that the government giving you, bring it here and give it to me. He came back like that and shit. So, what the hell is he talking about? He acting like he was doing it because, okay, they trying to get rid of the church or some conspiracy, whatever. Then finally he shuts down, then comes back and asks for money. Give me all your money. That's what he did. What'd you say? No, I think churches should open up when, they will know. The pastors in the flock will know. They will actually see things. They wouldn't be waiting for man to tell them to open up. They wouldn't be waiting for that shit. They wouldn't be waiting for that. They will just know. They will just know. They will just see things back to normal and do the statistics themselves, and they'll say, okay. But they're waiting for them to say, okay. I didn't hear church be mentioned one time in this reopening shit. That's all I'm saying. I ain't starting no shit. I'm just saying. Let me see what they talk about. Amen on that. If he starts talking about something like, nothing to do, and then we'll just go ahead and leave. We're not going to say. Yeah, well, in a way, it's like talk like the Apostle Paul's on stage living in these times right here. Or Abraham. Talk like that on stage. Confidence. I was just thinking about that. There's an evil spirit in here now. I don't know where that's at. That was like... Oh, God. I don't know how many people out there believe, but there's not many of them. Yeah, it's not many people out there that believe. But it's hard to believe that people are going to run to the God. They do not now. Obviously, it's not now. They protesting and everything. Can't open up the. But it's going to be a time when people are actually going to run to the church and say, I'm a Christian. But I don't think it's right now. Yeah. As y'all can see, I'm stretching my conversation out. I'm trying to please everybody. Because yesterday, it's like you didn't talk about spirituality, and I'm trying to please everybody here on RVT. I'm trying to, talk stupid, I'm trying to spread myself out. Over Rashid's house. That's what I'm saying. They talking about something. You don't understand what they talking about. I'm like, dude, talk about the issue, man. Talk about this cold weather or something. Jesus. Talk about the spiritual stuff that's going on out here. No, he ain't gonna talk about it. He ain't gonna talk about it. He ain't gonna talk about that shit. He ain't gonna talk about it. You're right. It's the same old thing. You're talking about the same old thing that everybody already knows. Same old thing. I'm not criticizing anything like that by far, but it's just the same old gospel. See, I mean, it's something going on here. Then again, y'all listen to me. Listen. Then again, Maybe it's better this way. Nah, it's not better this way, dude. It's not better this way. I was gonna try to give him credit, but I can't. No, people want to know what the fuck going on here. No, it ain't better this way. I was gonna do that, but no, it ain't better shit. No, people want to know what's going on here. There's a lot of things I want to say, but this ain't the colony. This ain't the time for it. There's a whole lot of things I want to say. A whole lot of things. This is bullshit. You want to just head on out? Alright, let's head on out. Because he's not talking about, he's talking about something that everybody always talk about on any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. Like on Easter, everybody thought they was going to talk about something. Everybody tuned in on Easter Sunday and thought that the organizations was going to talk about something. They ain't talking about a damn thing. But Lord help these people out over here. Lord help these people out over here. Lord help these people out over here. And Lord help these people out over here. As far as I'm concerned, that's an insult. That's an insult, because if these politicians could get up on a stage and talk about what's going on, this meaning the issue, not any given political debate or talk. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the issue, the problem. If they could get on stage being evil, then how much so a Christian, a spiritual person following God should do it. And get on stage and stay strictly there and confident, in confidence, don't just talk about it, but in confidence that God is in control of everything. And you just don't see it. God's people need help right now and encouragement more than ever before. Because we was on a threshold 10, 15 years ago. Even 20 years ago. If I recall. They were saying we was on a threshold. Now, it's like, look at everything. And this is the time we supposed to be cheering and encouraging, and we don't see a goddamn thing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're saying nothing. 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 And let's check out this. These guys talk about their family all the fucking time. They talk about their family all the fucking time. Maybe they gonna talk about something. Let's hear what they talk about. He talking about his family all the time. He's a family fucking stuff. You know, in some congregations they talk about their families. They got a big family and shit like that.
To all of our friends and partners across America and around the world,
No, let's hear it.
our
Let's hear
topic
it.
today is joy in the day of trouble.
Okay.
Let me read
All
from
right.
Psalm 63, verses 1 through 4. Oh God, you are my God. Early will I seek you. My soul
Stop laughing.
for you. My flesh longs for you. In a dry and thirsty land where there is no water. So I look for you in the sanctuary to see your power and to see your glory. Because your loving kindness is better than life. My lips shall praise you. Thus will I bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. America today and the world are in a horrific day of unspeakable trouble.
All right.
In a matter of 30 days,
Let's listen.
the U.S. economy has been shut down. Businesses are closed. Many of you have lost your jobs. There's massive unemployment. Churches are empty. Schools and universities are closed. Social distancing is now the law of survival. People are wearing gloves. They're wearing masks. I've washed my hands so much they're raw. Hospitals are flooded with people who are sick and those who are passing.
I'm taking
Doctors
pictures.
and
I'm
nurses are on
interrupting
the
you.
front lines, courageously fighting this invisible foe. If there was ever a time to pray for America, it's now.
Whoa! Whoa!
Personally and
Pray for America. Turn. Gotta go.
ask God
Gotta go. Gotta go. Can't hear it. Pray for America. What the fuck? No. Gotta turn that. No. No. Oh, can't do that. Gotta pray for God's kingdom. I don't know where that came from. There, that was hard. There, that was. Pray for America. Remember when the angels came to Lot, and they jumped, they bowed down to the angels, and the angels said, "Be careful, don't do that. Don't bow down to us. Gotta bow down to one person, that's the Lord. Don't bow down to us." And they were angels, and they told Lot that don't bow down to us. And they just said, "Pray for America." You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't pray for America. You can't do that. Well, Jesus said he's no part of none of this. A real Christian. No, we're not Christians. But in essence, you can't do that because Jesus said he's no part of the government. He's no part of that stuff. That's why Pontius Pilate hung his ass up there in the first place. See, Pontius Pilate wasn't going to really kill Jesus at first. He wasn't going to kill him. But Pontius Pilate considered Jesus being a smart ass. Or Jesus want to be a smart ass. Because he asked Jesus, Pontius Pilate said, "Who are you?" He asked him, "Who are you?" And Jesus said, "I'm what these people say I am." So right away, as a world leader, Pontius Pilate, as a leader, Pontius Pilate, so you want to be a smart ass. So that set the means of Christianity and government right there, of why the Romans killed Jesus in the first place. It didn't bring out the scriptures he's been a smart ass, but it went in that direction, which Jesus was not being a smart ass. He was saying, as far as I'm concerned, these people say, impale me, and I've done nothing. And I'm standing before you. You should tell me to go back to my life. But you got me standing up here listening to these people. So ask them who I am. That's what Christ was saying. So Pilate was like, oh, you been a smart ass. I asked you who you was. You told me to ask the people. So that's the way he thought. That's the way he thought. But when he turned around and said, pray for the country, see, it's hard. It's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but this is not the time. And it's definitely the fucking place to do it. It's definitely the place to do it. A lot of things I want to talk about, but when you come to pride, like you got some racist Christians out there. Like when you watch some of this Christian stuff, the stuff they have minorities portraying in these movies are straight crazy. But that's the racism that's in them. They just feel a certain way. A lot of Christians feel a certain way about race. You know? And they will sit up there and say they're not racist. They're not racist. They're not racist. It's a lot of things. But this, like I said, this ain't the show for it. But he turned around and said, "Pray for America," and that's a huge. Satan owns this. Satan owns this, dude. This is his. Satan owns this world. He's the God of this world. You know, and you say pray for, you know. He loved the people in the government. Now that's different. Love your fellow man or what have you. That's different. But right, you know, you gotta be very careful of a true spiritual person. Has to be extremely careful what he listens to. Extremely careful. Extremely careful. Because we live in a world like this now, you could get sucked into that if you wasn't paying attention. What if you was telling your child or somebody, sit down and be quiet, and that Pray for America got by? It's like, I mean, there's no telling what else is in his sermon. Jesus said, return Caesar's things to Caesar, but God things to God. But he never said pray for Satan's kingdom, for Satan's empire. He never said that. But you got, you know, these people out here that does that, you know, and God never said do nothing like that. He didn't never say do nothing like that. So that's what kind of world we sermons. See what I'm saying? We gotta be very. It's like we get a sermon that's talking about something good, and they still come off, and it's like, oh man, it's hard to find a good sermon. It's so goddamn hard to find a good sermon. Very, very hard. Us people who talks about a good sermon, who talks a good sermon, us people who can give a good sermon, don't you think we want to hear a good sermon besides ourselves? Of course we don't. Why should we be the only ones that talk good shit? Why can't we be the ones to sit back, you know, and say, hey, that was good, or what have you? When can we do that? You know? When can we do that? And the answer is we can't. We can't. It's hard to find somebody to preach a good sermon. It's very, very extremely hard. It would be nice, though. It would be nice to have that. Unfortunately, you know, people are still stuck in their country. You know, Well, I want to talk about it, but this ain't the show for it. This ain't the show for it. This ain't the show for it. This is a picture up. And I keep things separate around RVT. I keep things separate in this place. So because of that, I think it's fitting that we end this conversation, and also fitting to come to a realization that we can't find a good sermon and be on this picture up right here. There's no way we're going to do it. So we might as well just go and try to dig out some kind of... Okay, that's a no with that shit. That's a no also. We gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. Just like a Christian won't self-celebrate Halloween, you know, he shouldn't pray for his country. He shouldn't really do. He gotta be very, very careful with that. This country is full of the most diabolical things known to man, and you don't pray for nothing like that. You just don't do it. You pray for the people that's running the country, but you don't pray for the country itself, because the Bible brings out it's the beast. It's the Babylon the Great is the empire of false religion. The country is the beast that she rides on. You don't pray for that. You don't pray for that. It's that simple. It's not, you don't. She rides on this country right here. She rides on it as a harlot. So you don't pray for nothing like that. You gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. But you get these white evangelists who shows the white pride thing. And I had a study, see, like I said, I was studying with somebody, and me and him was really good friends, and y'all know about that story off of DC. And he that was his problem. It was one of his weaknesses, is loving his country and sticking up for his country. It was one of his weaknesses. But he had to remember what Jesus said about that. You know, he got to remember what Jesus said about that. Which is very, very hard for him to do. It was hard for him to get out of that thing and to accept. And, like, in other words, what I'm saying is they can say he can pray for his country, not wrong praying for America. This is America. God bless America. Pray for his country and pray for his country. And that's it with that. That's how you do it. And you'll sit there and go, okay, and then when you say, hey, my brother, you my brother, eh? You my brother. This is my spiritual brother. It's nice to be with you, my brother. I come over your house to eat. Me and my family come over your house to eat. What would that motherfucker say? She's different now. See? See the point? He'll probably sit back and go, oh, that's fine. Oh, that's more. Yeah. It depends on the circumstances. Fine. The circumstance and the person in general is fine. Depends on the person. But 9 times out of 10, they grade sit in one of these churches here. You get a sermon, and then on stage, somebody walk on stage and say, hey, my brothers, I asked to come and volunteer to preach to you about the Word of God. Now, average Christian won't say nothing about that, mind you. They won't say nothing about that, mind you. But you see the fucking deal in this racist ass world we live in. I don't give a damn if it's God's house. That's why Jesus said it's weeds growing up in his house that don't belong there. And he's going to weed them out during the Great Tribulation. A lot of races going on in churches. Just because the church is a church and this and that, that don't mean this race is not going on up in there. That's the bottom line. So you get these churches that's full of American pride. And that's something that the Bible condones. It's so many scriptures that condone it. And yet they do that. Return Caesar's things to Caesar, but God things to God. It's that simple. Because they asked Jesus, are you saying that your religion, your God, is stronger than us? We're the Romans. You trying to say your God is more stronger than the government of Rome? And Jesus said, return Caesar's things to Caesar, but God things to God. So that made it fair. There was no reason for them to crucify Jesus. There was no reason. There was no reason. But they did it anyway. And Jesus knew they was going to do it anyway, because that's why he came to earth. But that's just showing you the racishness of everything. When you really look at Jesus' crucifixion, you can see the races all up in there, asking him stuff like that. If he was equal to a Roman, they would have never had asked him that question to begin with, because he'll be a Roman. But they didn't look at him that way. They wanted to start some trouble with him and kept picking on him. So finally they say, you know what? We're going to crucify your ass because we don't like you. And that's how Jesus got crucified. And he knew that was going to happen. He's going to stand his ground, be himself, stick up for his kingdom, and they're going to crucify. And that's what he came to earth for, because he knew they was going to do that. But never will he say he's going to turn around and pray for the government. They crucify him. No, absolutely not. He said the government going to kill you. He said they're going to come after you and kill you. That's what he said about them. So why would he say pray for them? It's that simple. A lot of people get offended by that, but that's just the way it is. That's spirituality. That's just spirituality. There's only one solution to mankind's problems, and that's the Lord's. That's God's. There's only one solution to the problems here, and that's God's. It's that simple. Only one solution, and that's God. And you can debate that all you want and say all this other shit all you want, but that's just the way it is. A lot of people can't handle it. People can't handle it. Say God is not the only. They say He's not the only solution. And this and that, and this and that. Well, gotta pray for this country. You get a lot of white or Irish or whatever, whoever they trying to put, because they ain't even a fucking shit anyway. They not. Whoever saying pray, you'll get them saying that because that pride is still up in them. That patriot pride is still up in them. There's only one thing you're supposed to be praying for. That's God's kingdom. Everything else is secondary. And that's if that. But you don't pray for the country. You don't. And may God bless America. You can say that. You can say may God bless America. But it's empty. Well, I think it's empty words. Satan owns this. You gotta understand, this is Satan's. This is his. This is his. So you can say it. You can say what you want to say. But this, that, and other people are just scared. They're just scared. They're scared to lose what they got, what they have. There's people in the United States government who you pray for them. Because God wants them to repent and turn around and follow Him or whatever. But for the country itself, that's a big no. You don't do that. You just don't do that. And you get the white people that do that, that go on stage and talk like that. It's like God's kingdom don't exist. That's what I mean. You know, you gotta talk like a prophet. You gotta talk like God's kingdom is gonna do away with all of this stuff. And you gotta talk like that, but nobody talks like that. And the people that do talk like that is strange, and they will ask for money. I don't even want to talk. What the fuck are we talking? I don't even want to talk about none of this shit no more. I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about none of it. I'm sick of hearing that virus shit, because they don't know what to say. They running out of words to say. They don't know what to say anymore, damn it. And they should say that. Look, I don't know what to tell you guys. We gotta wait and see what happens. We gotta wait. That's what they should say, but they're not saying it. So they're getting up there saying the same thing over and over again, and I don't wanna turn to that. I don't wanna listen to that. I don't want to listen to that. I really don't want to listen to that. It's a reality, but people seeing the weather like this. They see what's going on. They see what's going on. The weather is screwed up like this. They see it's spiritual, but they're never going to admit that. They're never going to admit that. Everybody deep inside are trying to say, we're going to get through this without praying, without nobody's help or any spirituality whatsoever. We're going to get through this issue, what we're going through. That's it. It's fun. People, well, look, let me explain. People are funny like that. That's just the way they are. They're very funny like that. They won't say it, but they will live their life according like it's like that. That's just what they do. They won't say nothing. They won't come out and say nothing about it. But they'll just live their life according like that. That's just the way it is. That's what they'll do. And that's what they're doing. They see the weather. They see all of this shit. They see the weather. They see all of it. They're never going to sit back and admit, okay, something spiritual going on. We better start getting ourselves together. They're going to say, nope, we're going to get through this without all of this. So, even that, you got to sit back and wait and see what happens. This is all dealing with time. Everything. What they're doing, spirituality, everything is connected to time. Everything is time. And we'll see who's right, who's wrong, who's this, that. But we need time to do it. So until then, we got to keep doing what we do. Be submissive to authorities and so forth like that, and just never be disrespectful, but just be careful. Be very, very careful. You gotta be extremely careful that you don't offend God. You gotta be very careful. Very, very careful. And everybody see what's going on. Everybody see what's going on. Believe that. And the Lord know they see what's going on. It's not like He don't. He see what's going on. He see what's going on. And nobody's going to own up to it. Nobody's going to come forward and say, something going on here, guys. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. It happens. It happens. But I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think the Lord going anywhere. You know, I don't think God is going nowhere. I don't think the Lord going nowhere, man. I think this is it. We think this is it now. Now the rest of the world can keep denying and they're in denial or what have you, but I think this is it. In my opinion, this is it. This is it. So, listen. Could you imagine? That's what I'm about to say. Could you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Could you imagine? I love that commercial. I love that jingle. But could you imagine if they come up with a vaccine, everything gets back to normal. Everything gets back to normal. Could you imagine the ass kicking that will go on all around the world? Could you imagine that? I mean, it will be a massive ass whooping all around this motherfucker, dude. Because it will be a thing like, alright, we got to do some changes around here, so we'll never get like that again. Now, here's the thing. This is my argument about that. I know that for a fact that that's going to happen. You may deny it. You may say bullshit. You may call bullshit on it. But the only bullshit on it is that you fooling and lying to yourself. That is not going to happen. It's going to be a massive ass whooping campaign around this motherfucker, making sure that we don't get in this position, this situation again. Now, here's my argument about that. Knowing that, what makes you think things going to get back to where they used to be? Think about it. Think about it for a second. We are talking about God, who knows something like that is going to happen. Who knows something like that is going to happen. We're talking about God. Or we're talking about man, who started all this bullshit. Either way, what do you see? We talk about the Chinese or the Jews or whoever. They saying we know America get back to where they used to be. They're going to kick some ass at it. So now look at God knowing that also. And he's doing all this to get everybody's attention. So now you got man and God saying if they get back to where they used to be, yeah, we're in trouble. So what makes you think it's going to happen? You got double. You got man and God now that knows that. That's my argument. Not saying it's not going to happen. That's not what I'm saying. And I could be staying corrected by it. Yeah, we could be staying corrected, sweetie. Things might get back together and you're like, okay, there ain't nothing happening. I know that's bullshit, but still, let's give the benefit of doubt of, okay, things getting back together and nothing's happening. Wow. So we was wrong. We was wrong. Ain't nothing happening. What are the odds of that happening in an vengeful world? What are the odds that's happening? That it's like, okay, we got back together and hey, everybody just be happy from now on and continue to do everything we've been doing, every single thing down to the core, because we're back the way we're supposed to be. What are the odds of that taking place? So, what makes you think it's going to happen? You really think somebody behind the curtain? Now, this is my argument again. This is my argument again. I'm saying, Sadiq is saying, this shiesty, on this shiesty era, is that, look at that fucking weather out there. Now, man ain't doing that. That's my argument. So, speaking of the Lord, what makes you think it's going to happen? The Lord going to let that happen? Knowing that man is going to take control of everything and not only get credit. I don't give a fuck who come out with a vaccine. White man going to get credit for it. I don't give a fuck who come out with it. Believe it, America going to get credit for the shit. That's off the bat. You can forget about that bullshit. I don't give a fuck what country you come up with a vaccine, whatever. White man gonna be right there. We did that shit. No doubt about it. What are the odds of the white man of America saying, okay, let's all go back the way we used to be? You ain't that lucky in Las Vegas, motherfucker. You ain't that lucky in Las Vegas, but that's our argument. That's why I think that there's something else going on here. I think there's something else sinister, maybe sinister or whatever, but something happened. So that's just our argument. That shit ain't happening. That shit is not happening, man. It would be nice to be living in a world like that, but it's not happening. Everybody will go and stick their chest out and say, we, look what we did, all over the fucking world. And on top of that, I don't think the white American man gonna go for that shit. And that's what everybody's gonna fucking do. No matter what country you live in, everybody's gonna do it. Yup, they're gonna say, look what we did. We. White man gonna turn around and say, oh yeah, we, and he gonna lose his goddamn mind. Cause everybody forgetting who the we is. So, my argument is, this is my argument. What makes you think we're going to go back to that shit knowing what we just said? God going to do it. God going to say, okay, let's let everybody go back. And I know they saw my cold weather. I know they saw the deterioration of their whatever. But now, nothing spiritual will go on. And look at them going back the way they're supposed to be. Ignoring the cold weather I thrust upon them. And ignoring everything else that was thrust upon them. And now people are going back the way they used to be. Making money. Talking about Jesus and God. And everything is okay. Because the time that I rule the world didn't come yet. The time that I rule the world is not here upon us. So it's okay that they do these things. What are the odds of that happening? That's my argument. That's my argument. Not saying this, that, and the other, but that's my story. I just thought, well, this wasn't really plan of the picture up today. It really wasn't the plan of the picture up today, because, this picture up's random. Y'all know that shit. But what I'm trying to say is we came across something spiritual. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can listen to a sermon while we're on the air. You know, we've done that. How many times we've done that, guys? We've done that plenty of fucking times. But you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. And I know there's one ministry that we went to, he talks about his family all the time. Then I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear nobody talk about their damn family. When you go in to hear ministry, and some ministers talk about they got a big family. It just, you know, it's okay to be part of your family, but not everybody wants to hear that shit. Most people don't want to hear it. Yeah, most people don't want to hear no family. Nobody give a damn about your family. What the fuck? That's your family. We want to hear the good word. Not how good your family's doing serving God. How God bless you with a family. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Especially for a single Christian. Nobody wants to hear it. It's the truth. And you get these ministers that do that. Well, these Christians that do that. Sticking their family and everybody damn face. Nobody want to see them. We want to hear about the good word. That's not helping nobody single. That's not helping their situation out. You'll think they'll show some damn consideration with that. But they don't. They don't. They know every goddamn thing. Just, it's just not kosher. It's just not kosher. Oh, well, what you gonna do, you know? What are you gonna do? I thought it was that commercial, but it's not. Ah, there it is. Nice shirt. Man, it just gets to you. A lot of you guys out there laughing. I know y'all think this shit funny. It's not funny. You get these guys up here talking, bringing their pictures in back of them. They got this huge screen showing their family. We've been serving. Oh, go ahead, some fucker. Nobody wants to see that. Good for you and your family, dude. Yeah, you're right. If it's such a blessing, why you gotta show them to every fucking body? Why can't you let people see them on their own? You gotta put them in everybody's face. Look how God blessed me. With, man, no, go on, man. Go ahead somewhere. Nobody trying to hear that. Y'all probably, as far as I'm concerned, y'all leave church with them, go home and beat the fuck out of each other with words. Nobody want to hear that. Lying ass shit. You don't know what they doing behind closed doors. Family loving motherfuckers out here. Nobody wants to see that shit. And then holiday season, here they go with that old shit. Not this fucking year. No, how about that? How about that? Can't help but think like that. Like, you know, like, you can't help but think on that version of, you know, you just forced to do it. You don't want to do it, you just forced to do it. Get these guys out here, you know, my family, my family, my family. Nobody wants to hear that. You're surprised how many people laughing at every fucking body right now. People that family shit. I'm not laughing, I was talking about it before the virus hit. Show some consideration, for Christ's sake. Nobody likes a bragger. Yeah, nobody likes a bragger. Bragging all the damn time. And he come out, instead of bragging about his family, Yeah, he comes out and say, "Oh, pray to." I mean, I don't know what kind of church is that. I don't know. People cursing out the government right now because they doing shiesty shit. And he turn around and say, "Pray to him. Pray for him." I don't understand none of it. Yeah, when the angels came to Lot fell upon his face. They fell upon their face. The angel said, "Don't do that. But get up. Don't do that. Be careful what you do. Don't do that. Only God deserves that. Don't do that to us." And they were angels. You gotta be so careful, man. You don't pray for no damn country. You don't know what's, you know. Oh my God, man, we gotta be so careful. So how long we been talking? I can't hardly see the damn thing. Okay, yeah, we've been talking for a while. Okay, I might do this again tomorrow, guys. Let me get out of here and finish this animation up here. I hope I didn't keep you all way too long. I know there's a lot of benefit concerts going on the internet because of this lockdown thing. So enjoy that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Now I'm saying, this guy told us I'm praying for the country.